Gear up, General. You're going back into the war. Our next task is to hook up with Father Sean at the CIT ruins. Right, boom, there. Alright, speak with Father at the CIT ruins. And it's dark. Is there a place to sit around here? Maybe inside. Or like I said, maybe it just doesn't matter. Because we're going inside anyways. Okay, lights out. Okay, now once you get in here, turn to the right and just go all the way down to the end here, okay? Here's a place to sit. I can't sit while I'm in combat, of course. Okay, we gotta go talk to Father. Father's right down that way. Things did not go well, Father.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They kept me alive, too.
They did, indeed. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Why let me out now? After all this time?
Well, that's hard to explain. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Slack, okay, yeah, sorry, just lapsing into a father-son moment there. Okay, let's get on with it. Which
This really
answer
is
is
a
least?
matter of importance.
Let's go with this one, just an experiment.
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, I'm glad it turned out the way it did. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
Okay, now I always go with the ambush excuse.
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking
I'd
about.
like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Damn straight you're not gonna rat on me. I'm packing two of the best weapons in the game. Rat on me and I'll kick your ass. Okay, now speaking of which, enough stories, Smarty. Let's go kill something. Okay, entirely for gits and shiggles here. And to give you a taste of what the ghost rifle is like. Hello? Did y'all go away? Oh, jeez, the party's over. Damn it. Here I was talking with father. I'm wasting my time here. Okay, sorry. You have to see the ghost rifle another time. Okay, so let's get out of here. But here we go. Here we go. What?
What's that?
Oh, the beers are upstairs.
Who's there? No fight today. Hello? No one there? Nothing.
Oh, dude.
I can hear you. Stupid noises.
Where are you guys? Here we go. Dude.
What is it? Must have been nothing.
I love the way he says that. Must have been nothing. Okay, now if you want to like uncharge a ghost rifle, right? You're holding down the fire button and it's all charged up. What I do is just simply switch to another weapon and then switch back again. So that's how you like don't waste a charge. Okay, so looks like we're late to the party, so that's one thing about the short laser musket with the 6 crank capacitor. Once you charge it, you don't have to hold your like finger. I don't have it with me. Okay, yeah, you don't have to hold down anything. It's just charged.
I hear something.
There you go. Little taste of the ghost rifle. Let's get out of here. Be on our merry way.
I'm hearing stuff.
Okay, so I'm fairly empty. We could just continue. Our next task is to go to the Institute and hook up with all the eggheads. That's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, shields down, Scotty. All we have to do is talk.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
So make sure we got the right mission hooked up. No, that's the wrong one. Mankind's rather redefined. And typically we bump into Father on his way up to the meeting. There he is.
If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the Facilities Division immediately.
Alright.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further.
Over here, Dad.
It's... well, it's important.
Yeah. Okay, so the meeting is in here. Someone else that we need to talk to for another mission for the Brotherhood of Steel is also here, but I don't think we can talk to her yet.
Dr. Lee.
She'll just
Whatever
say
it
wait.
is, it'll have to wait.
Yeah, I have to wait. So, come on, get the lead out here, Daddy-o. Everybody's waiting.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Phase 3, of course. We know all about Phase 3. Right, General Badass?
What's Phase 3?
It's very
Dude.
important to us. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above-ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no longer. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Can you tell me more about this reactor?
Certainly. It was originally built for the Commonwealth Institute of Technology before the war, but was only for testing. Over the years, we've advanced the technology, made a great many improvements, and are finally nearly ready to activate it. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Hale. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
yes, but
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time.
Secrets. Secrets.
Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
Can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you, we can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs smoothly.
That's nice. Step aside, please. Step aside faster, thank you very much.
I often wonder what the Institute's founders would think of our accomplishments.
Okay, you want us to talk to you?
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once.
I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
There we go. Mankind redefined, done. Mass fusion begun. And this is as far as we can go with the Institute without making, how shall we say, drastic decisions on how the game turns out in the end. So that's the
Humanity's
last
future is
main
taking
mission
root
I'm going to be
right
doing for the
here.
Institute. I may do some Radiant quests, but that's it for the Institute. We're going to move on to something else. And boy, I need a good dose of gunplay and extraneous explosions to make up for all that story schmorry. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm done here. Coming up next, back into the action, back into battle. I want to thank you all very much for watching. See you next video.